Today we celebrate St. Pio of Pietrelcina, Padre Pio. And when we think about his life, there are several things that can come to mind. How he was very dedicated to the confessional, the way he celebrated Mass with incredible love and devotion, his incredible works of charity. St. Pio, you may know, built some refuges, hospitals for the poor, for the sick, and just absolutely amazing things that he pulled off for being a friar who was most of the time in the confessional. But in the collect for today's Mass, the prayer right before we sat down, it mentioned that he had a singular grace that conformed him to Christ. And then we prayed that we also would be united to the sufferings of Christ. And I think, why would we want to be united always to the sufferings of Christ? Isn't that like praying for pain? But I think the point is that we all have crosses. We have sufferings built into our lives. Some of them are physical, some of them may be emotional pain, some of them may be struggles with depression or anxiety. Sometimes there are relationship things going on that are painful, estranged family members, etc. And sometimes there's spiritual attacks that we may suffer. But the point is, we should not waste our sufferings. We should unite our sufferings, whatever kind they are, to the sufferings of Christ. St. Pio's sufferings were from the stigmata. He suffered the wounds of the Passion. And obviously that was something done specifically so that he could be united to the sufferings of our Lord. But you and I are invited also to not waste our sufferings. I was reading something from Mother Teresa just the other day. She said, suffering that is just endured is wasted. We need to unite our sufferings to those of Jesus. And then the suffering is something God can use either to purify our own soul, or it can be used for the souls in purgatory, or for the conversion of someone. And this is something we're all called upon to do. And I'd like to just give an illustration. Today is also the birthday of my brother, who passed away 7 years ago from cancer. And when my brother Matthew was suffering tremendously, he had over 100 tumors throughout his chest cavity, pressing on his heart. He was offering his sufferings in union with our Lord in his passion. And he was offering them for some people in particular. And one of the people was a notorious homosexual in our country. Very famous, very notorious. And he was offering his suffering for this man's conversion. And a few years after Matthew died, this man publicly left the homosexual lifestyle and became a Catholic. Our sufferings, when offered with the Lord, will have fruit, whether we see them or not.